Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be making flautas, also known as taquitos in English. So today we're going to be making them out of ground beef. They are very easy, they're very simple to make. It's only a handful of ingredients, so let's go ahead and get started.
Okay, so what I'll be using today is 1 pound of ground beef. I'm also going to be using 1 Roma tomato, 1 jalapeno, 1/3 cup of diced onion, 1 clove of minced garlic, which all we'll be using for this recipe. First, what we're going to get started is we are going to take our jalapeno and our Roma tomato, and you have to dice it, just like this. I've also decided to leave the seeds inside of the jalapeno, but you're more than welcome to go ahead and take out the seeds if you choose to do that. I've also already added some olive oil to the pan. I'm going to add my meat, my ground beef, over to my pan. Just make sure to have your heat on medium-high and just try to go ahead and separate the meat as best as you can, just like this. And we're just going to break it up and mix it. You don't want to add too much oil. I've used about a teaspoon of oil, just because when the meat starts to cook, it is going to release some of its natural oils that are found in the beef. So you don't want to add too much just because you don't want it to be so greasy. At this point, we're also going to add our onion and our garlic over to the pan. You want to add these two first, just because they are the most aromatic seasoning that we're going to use for this recipe. And once they start mixing with the natural oils of the meat, they are going to release their flavor, and that's what we want for the meat to start absorbing those flavors first. Just because if you do add the tomato and the jalapeno, it is going to get a little bit mushy, and we want to avoid that. This time, once the meat is already almost done cooking, that's when we're gonna go ahead and add our diced tomato and our diced jalapeno. Once again, I've chosen to leave the seeds and the pulp inside of the jalapeno. But if you can't handle spices, you can easily just remove the seeds and the pulp, or altogether just exclude the pepper. But in our family, we do like it a little bit spicy, so I've decided to keep it. At this time, what we're going to do is we're also going to add some ground pepper, and we're also going to go ahead and season it with a little bit of salt to taste. I've pretty much been cooking it for about 4 or 5 minutes. It doesn't really take much for the ground beef to start cooking or to finish cooking overall, but after most of the moisture has been evaporated and absorbed, just like this, we are just about done with the filling with the ground beef mixture. I've taken about 14 to 15 corn tortillas, wrapped them in a paper napkin, and tossed them into the microwave for about 3 to 4 minutes. After that, they should be really hot. We need to do this step when they're really hot, just because we want to prevent the tortilla from tearing when we fold them, just like this. Then we are going to add about 1 tablespoon of the ground beef filling into the tortilla and fold it. You want to fold it as tightly as you can, and we're going to continue making the taquitos just like this, a tablespoon at a time. And since I'm not using any toothpicks, some people use toothpicks to keep it all together, I am going to use 1 taquito as the anchor for the other one, so that they won't come undone. As you progress, the tortillas underneath might become a little bit cooler which might make them tear or break or crack, but that's completely fine. They'll still look the same when we go ahead and fry them. And I'm gonna make a few more, and we'll see you guys in a little bit. So I've already preheated the oil. It is about 1 to 1.5 inches deep. And then we're gonna go ahead and place the taquitos in there. We do want the oil to be hot. So what you wanna do is you wanna place one next to the other, just like this. And don't worry, some of the meat might fall off. It's okay. That's bound to happen. And just put them right next to each other, just because we don't have those toothpicks to hold the tortilla together. And then we're just gonna go ahead and place as many as we can in the pan. Usually they say don't overcrowd the pan, but with taquitos, it's okay to put as many as you can, just because I usually use one as an anchor for the other one. And then I am going to be using forks here, 2 forks. You're more than welcome to switch over to tongs, but I grew up using 2 forks. Some people say it's not that convenient or not that easy to use 2 forks, but that's what I grew up using, and that is what I'll be using today. Some of them did crack and open. It's completely fine. For me, just because I did wait some time before I placed them into the oil. Cook these for about 2 to 3 minutes on one side. I am going to go ahead and turn them now, and they should be golden brown. You don't want to overcook these. Also keep in mind that in the middle of the pan, they are going to cook faster than the ones on the outer side of the pan, just because the oil just tend to be warmer and hotter in the middle instead of the outside of the pan. Keep in mind that when you take them out and they're resting and cooling down, they're gonna finish cooking on their own when they're resting on the drying rack. So just keep an eye out for that, just because sometimes you'll think that they're not done, and then you'll keep them longer in there. When you take them out, they'll seem overdone. So just go ahead and take those out, and then like I stated earlier, the ones in the inner part of my pan did cook a little bit faster. So once those are done, I usually just move the ones from the rim of the pan over to the center. They're golden brown, that's when you take them out. They are going to be really crispy and crunchy. And if by all means, also if you made a lot of meat and 12 to 13 tortillas is not enough, you're more than welcome to go ahead and warm up some more tortillas and make some more taquitos. So in our family, family, this is how we served it. We grab a few taquitos, we put some lettuce on there, on the top of the taquitos, and then we also top them off with some salsa. I am going to have another video about how to make homemade salsa, but usually we put some salsa on the top, and we also top it off with some queso fresco, some shredded queso fresco. It's fresh cheese, it's Mexican fresh cheese, and usually some people will put sour cream on the top of there, and avocado or guacamole, and you're all set. And this is how you make taquitos and how we serve them in our family. Hopefully you guys like it and enjoy, and we'll see you here next time. Bye.